This weekend and this next week is full of movies that I need to see, and I totally forgot about this movie. It's a Netflix movie, so it's a movie I don't usually talk about, but it has Jason Momoa. There's enough background that I know about the movie, so I was like, alright, I'll sit down and watch it. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I fell asleep. I woke up, I was like, huh? And it was over, and I was like, well, dang it. I went back, and I replayed the part I remembered, and I sat there, and I was like, I could seriously take another nap. Slumberland stars Jason Momoa and Marlow Barkley, and it's about a young girl who discovers a secret map to the dream world of Slumberland, and with the help of an eccentric outlaw, she travels through dreams and flees nightmares. From director Francis Lawrence, who gave us Catching Fire and I Am Legend, both movies I really liked, comes this brand new Netflix movie that you might or might not have heard of because, you know, Netflix is always good in the marketing department. Yeah, this movie came out, and it looked pretty good from the trailer, from me at least. I thought it just looked like a magical, fun time. I love Jason Momoa, and this little girl who I just saw in Spirited, she was very good in that movie, and so in this movie, I expect her to be in a major role, and she is. And I will say this, those two characters are the most important part for this movie to work, because Francis Lawrence is a very good director. He makes very good looking movies, what he did with Catching Fire and the Mockingjay movies, and my personal favorite, I Am Legend, but he always has a great visual style. This movie has it. Seriously, the visual spectacle of this movie is very good. I think family members who want to watch this movie could easily sit and watch it. I will say it's got more of a darker cinematography look in the darkness and the colors, which I very much enjoyed, but it's not a big colorful movie, but there is color in the movie, and the CGI for the most part looked pretty good. Whenever it involves like Jason Momoa or the little girl, honestly, with green screen or a lot of CGI around them, you can just tell. You know, that's really hard to do for animators, and I respect it, but for a Netflix movie, I think it looked pretty good. And like I said, this entire nightmares and dreams world, I really liked. I liked the idea. There's like this corporation that's in this like dream world, and they're making the nightmares or they're making the dreams for these kids, whatever. And after a tragic event between this little girl and her now uncle, she's going in this world with Jason Momoa, and they got to find this. They find this map, and they got to get to this little dream thing, and it's a whole thing. And I will say the plot itself is very muddled, but the spectacle is there. Now, like I said earlier, the two performers in this movie have to be great. I think Marlow Barkley as this little girl, she's fantastic. She fits the role of the cuteness. She does a great job with the outside world plot line, with obviously a very sad passing of a family member between her and what happened in the very beginning of this movie, what she's going through. She does a great job with this stuff. I mean, her dialogue, her acting, and when she's in this role, Jason Momoa, you can see the little kid inside of her have fun, because she is a little kid, she's a girl, and she's having a great time in this role, and I could see that. But there is one thing. Jason Momoa, let's talk about him. Listen, he's almost become a person that's kind of played the same roles, and you always see him as Aquaman, big muff guy. In this movie, he had the chance to be that friendly figure. He had that great chance to be the figure in this movie to this little girl, to be happy, to be adventurous, and he can be that. I just think he did it too much. He didn't feel like a character. He felt like a cartoon. He felt like a, woohoo, I have horns and shiny teeth and we're having a magical time and I'm very dangerous and on the edge and I live by the edge, and it never sunk into me that they needed to be together. I feel like she could have been alone and went through different types of worlds and met different characters. I didn't need Jason Momoa being there. I didn't think he brought anything to this role, and that is shocking to say, because I mean, everyone loves Jason Momoa. He's a really cool looking dude. He looks very nice. He is very chill on social media. But I don't think he really fit this role. Maybe it's because of the writing, but truly just watching this movie, I just don't felt like he performed well. Overall, my big issue, like I said in the very beginning, is I fell asleep watching this movie. It is almost 2 hours long, and the magical spectacle visually is there, but the characters, like I said, you had to have both of them really work, and I thought one of them worked, the other one didn't, and I never felt intrigued, and I felt bored. I felt the pacing was dragging. When the stuff was interesting, it was actually the outside world. It was the family drama between her and her uncle. Like, that stuff was way more interesting than any type of CGI in this movie, which, again, it's there, it's fun to look at, but it never, like, droned in and got great character development. It just felt like it was there for the visual, which it did great in that department. But overall, as a story and an overall movie entertaining, I think it failed, and I'd never want to watch it again. I will give Slumberland a C-. I will say, though, it's definitely a very good movie to fall asleep to. Seriously, I got my pillow, I got all cozy, I was in my room, and, I was like, oh, man, I'm kind of droopy. And I wake up, and I'm literally on Netflix menu. I was like, oh, crap, now I gotta rewind it, and I gotta find where I was at, and I gotta rewatch it. Oh. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.